No matter how dull your scissors are, don't toss them out just yet. I'll show you a surprising trick. Just use a coin on the scissors, and they'll be sharp like new in seconds. Hi everyone! I'm sure every household has at least one pair of scissors, used for cutting paper, fabric, or even prepping food. But over time, no matter how good they are, scissors can go dull or even get rusty. Sometimes they can't even cut through a plastic bag, let alone fabric or food. It feels like such a waste to throw them out. But buying a new pair costs money. Don't worry. Today, I'm going to show you a simple trick to bring your old scissors back to life. Sharpen them using just one old penny in just a few minutes. And the best part? There's one extra step that will make your scissors shiny again too. Stay with me till the end. Scissors are a familiar item in almost every household because of how convenient they are. But after being used for a long time, the scissors at home often become dull and rusty. Sometimes, I even get annoyed when I can't cut open a seasoning packet in the kitchen. It feels like such a waste to throw them out, but keeping them doesn't help if they can't be cut. One time, Tracy's husband went into the kitchen and tried using a pair of scissors to open a snack bag for the kids. He found they were dull, so he showed Tracy how to sharpen scissors using a penny. Honestly, at first, I scolded my husband because I thought it was a waste of money and didn't see how it could work. But after watching him do it and test the scissors, I realized it really worked. Ever since then, whenever we have dull scissors or knives, Tracy uses this method. So today, I'm going to share it with you. If you have any dull scissors or knives at home, don't skip this video. To bring an old pair of scissors back to life, you don't need a sharpening stone or any special tools. All you need is a little bit of regular toothpaste that you use every day. And that's enough. First, I just take a moderate amount of toothpaste and spread it evenly on the blades of the scissors, including the screw joint between the two blades. Many people often think toothpaste is only for oral hygiene, but it also has the ability to clean and polish metal because it contains strong active ingredients that help remove grease and dirt that's built up over time. Then I take an old toothbrush and gently scrub and rub to make sure the toothpaste is evenly coated on the blades. Where are you from and how are you feeling today? Let's explore some helpful tips to make life a little easier. Oh, and here's a quick heads up. Hit that follow button now so you don't miss out. Videos like this can easily get lost in your feed, and who knows if you'll come across this channel again. I never use my bare hands to apply the toothpaste directly on the scissors, because the metal surface could scratch my skin. Instead, using a toothbrush is safer and also helps make the sharpening process more effective. Thanks to the scrubbing motion, the active ingredients in the toothpaste act on the metal surface, wearing away tarnish, rust, and helping to sharpen the dull cutting edge. After applying the toothpaste evenly over the surface of the scissors, I let it sit for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I take a coin and get ready to place it onto the blade. However, it's important to determine the correct orientation of the scissors to identify the contact point and the area that needs sharpening. If you pay close attention, scissors have 4 basic surfaces: the flat surface, the fine bevel, the cutting bevel, and the top surface. The flat surface helps control the opening and closing angle of the scissors and should not be sharpened. Doing so might damage the scissors. The important part is the fine bevel. This is the surface that does the daily cutting and directly contacts the material, so it's the one that needs to be resharpened when the scissors become dull. Now I begin the sharpening process. One note when sharpening: hold the coin at about a 40-degree angle to the fine bevel. Then rub the coin back and forth with moderate, even pressure around 30 to 40 times on each blade. During the sharpening, if I notice the coin starts to show visible wear, I rotate its position to maintain sharpening effectiveness and avoid scratching the surface of the scissors. The more firmly and evenly I hold my hand, the more accurate the sharpening result will be, minimizing the risk of misaligned edges that can throw off the balance of the scissors when cutting. After finishing the sharpening on the fine bevel of the first blade, don't forget that scissors have two blades, and each blade has a fine bevel that needs to be sharpened. I continue with the remaining blade and repeat the same process, holding the coin at about a 40-degree angle and rubbing evenly about 30 to 40 times. Once both blades have been properly sharpened, I can feel that the sharpness of the scissors has almost completely returned, restoring their precise cutting ability. In addition to sharpening by rubbing the beveled edge, there's also a simpler alternative method: cutting directly into the coin. I just hold the coin firmly with one hand, then use the other hand to open the scissors and make gentle cuts into the coin's edge about 20 times. When the two blades clamp tightly against the coin, the friction helps polish and sharpen the contact surface. However, when using this method, I need to be very careful to avoid slipping or accidentally cutting myself. After completing the sharpening process, I use a dry cloth or soft tissue to wipe off all the leftover toothpaste from the scissors, especially around the joints and near the pivot screw. Once the scissors are dry, I can test them right away by cutting a tissue or a plastic bag. If the blades glide smoothly and the cut is clean, that's a clear sign the scissors have been effectively sharpened. Compared to using a traditional whetstone, sharpening scissors with a coin is much simpler. I don't need to learn any complicated sharpening techniques, and I don't have to worry about abrasive dust flying everywhere or uneven sharpening skills. A coin is something every household already has. I don't need to buy anything extra. Not only does this method save money, but it's also incredibly eco-friendly since it reuses items I already have and doesn't generate any waste. It's a smart, safe, and very easy solution for anyone, especially for households without specialized tools. If your scissors are not only dull, but also rusty, don't be in a hurry to throw them away, because now I'm going to show you how to make them clean and shiny like new again using ingredients you already have in your kitchen. First, I prepare a large plastic container or a deep dish that can hold liquid, then place the scissors inside. Next, I sprinkle an even layer of baking soda over the surface of the scissors, especially on the rusty spots. After that, I cover the scissors with a thin layer of paper towel. Then, I pour white vinegar over the paper towel until it is fully soaked. At this point, the baking soda and vinegar will react with each other and create a foamy fizz. This chemical reaction helps to soften the rust patches and break down their bond to the metal surface. Flip the scissors over and repeat the same steps on the other side. Sprinkle a layer of baking soda on the blades, cover with a thin sheet of paper, then pour white vinegar over it. Let it sit for about 10 minutes so the reaction can take full effect before moving on to the next cleaning step. White vinegar not only softens stains, but also chemically reacts with metal rust to break it down. Meanwhile, baking soda has excellent cleaning properties. Covering the scissors with soft paper helps the baking soda stay in place on the surface rather than falling off. This method is both effective and safe, with no need for harsh chemicals. After soaking the scissors in the baking soda and vinegar mixture for about 10 minutes, you'll notice the rust starting to lift. At this point, use an old toothbrush to gently scrub the surface of the scissors, focusing on the stubborn, rusty areas. Thanks to the chemical reaction that has already softened the rust, scrubbing will be much easier. Finally, you just need to rinse the scissors thoroughly with clean water to remove all the rust residue, because if you don't rinse them well, it can affect the durability of the scissors, and more importantly, it may pose health risks if you accidentally use them to cut food. After rinsing, use a clean, dry cloth to wipe down the entire pair of scissors, especially the small gaps between the blades or near the pivot screw, as these spots easily trap moisture that can lead to mold or rusting again. A little bit of care will keep your scissors shiny and long-lasting over time. Once cleaned and sharpened, your old pair of scissors can return to service in your kitchen or workspace with full efficiency. This isn't just a cost-saving trick. It also helps protect the environment by reducing how often we throw out household tools simply because they've become rusty or dull. Reusing scissors reduces metal waste and helps you make the most of what you already have. So, after today's video, you now know how to bring your metal kitchen tools back to life with just a few simple items: a coin, a bit of toothpaste, some vinegar, and baking soda. Simple, isn't it? Be sure to save this tip and give it a try. Then let me know how it works for you. And if you've got any great tricks for sharpening scissors or bringing old tools back to life, don't hesitate to share them in the comments below. Tracy would love to learn more from you. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button to support the channel, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of the simple yet effective tips. Tracy will continue to share in upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.